Okay, we wanted to maybe show you guys a little bit of our equipment that we're going to be using. Not all of it, but most of it. Starting with maybe the bikes, which we splurged on. Company is Thorn, and the name of the bike is the Sherpa. They were quite expensive, and frankly, now we're kind of worried about them because if something happens to them. You can actually build one of these bikes with an old mountain bike from the early 90s, and if you feel mechanically inclined, you can actually put one together yourself for very cheap, but we decided to splurge. So anyways, it's a steel frame, and we like steel. So we have steel bottles, which are impossible to find here in France. Steel frame, the Surly nice racks, which are steel also, and the tubus cargo, which also are steel. This gives us the option to makes it very easy to fix in case something goes wrong. Now, because all of it is steel, Mr. Thorn was kind enough to supply touch-up paint with the bike, so every time there's a scratch you can just touch it up so that it doesn't rust. And we've been mostly using them on the racks and not on the frame, well, because we haven't ridden these bikes that much. So we opted for the option with all the Diore components because it doesn't really make any sense to have the super high-end components, and it's a lot more expensive. So we also opted for these power grips and these pedals that I got from the Vélo Orange website. These are good because you slide in your foot and then you twist like that, and it kind of makes your foot very snug to the pedal, and that way you can have just one pair of shoes as you're traveling. The wheels are 26-inch, so it's a really touring bike / mountain bike setup, and of course the Brook saddles, which is a bit of the VI versus Emax story, because some people like them and I'm sort of not really sold on them. Anyways, I've been using them anyways. Now, for my panniers, my front panniers, I was gonna splurge as well on some nice Ortlieb bags, but I had these old panniers that I said, well, I should just recycle them, and I have also these dry bags. So I put these really lightweight dry bags that I just put inside the panniers, and it makes a dry pannier. One thing to be careful are these oversized mech clips that fit onto these racks here. The problem with them is that, I don't know if you can see, but is that they kind of hook back in, and the hooking part really scratches up your racks. So I've sort of like put these protective plastic around them so that the paint doesn't get scratched every time I put on my racks. I also have this mirror. It's not that great, but it's small, and it just kind of hooks onto the to the handlebar, like this. Yeah, that's about it for the bikes. I really like the setup with the panniers, and you know what, I don't really need some fancy Ortlieb stuff. And of course I have my Mech Aquanauts, and these are really great. They've never failed, and they're in perfect condition even after like multiple trips. And just one downside are these clips again that kind of scratch up your racks. So that's a bit annoying. But other than that, Mech is definitely the best place to get your outdoor equipment without being yeah, anyways, whatever. Yeah, that's about it for the bikes.